Hi guys, welcome to episode 13 of The Talking Stick.
With Johnny Nieto and Yendi Nieto and Jackson and Vanessa will be around.
Yeah, they'll be coming in and out.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this headband that I found some fabric that I forgot I had, and I just did a sample today of a headband to see how they look. I don't know what I'm gonna call these yet, but let me know if you guys like it. And then I'm also having a giveaway. I was gonna show you guys what's in it. It's like 3 adult masks, 1 youth mask, 2 wristlets, and this mesh bag to put your mask, socks, headbands in, so you don't lose them in the washer. But yeah, I'll take them out if I can, a few minutes or maybe towards the end. I'll just show you guys what's in it, but I'll be posting that soon.
How soon?
With more details today. After the podcast.
Cool.
I'll post it so that you guys could enter for the giveaway.
Check it out. Some goodies in there, some goodie bags, O.I.T. clothing. All right, so we have a guest today. Let me get that situated.
So today's guest, she'll correct me if I'm saying this wrong. Zipaktli.
I'll have her introduce her on right now.
She's on there.
No, but when she comes on.
Did you invite her?
There she is.
Hi.
What up?
Did I say your name right?
I couldn't hear it when I was connecting.
Oh, okay. I said Zipaktli.
Yeah, Zipaktli.
Yeah, you got it right. So we're just setting it up here right now. We just had like a little introduction, just talking about the podcast, and I have a giveaway and there's a headband.
Yeah.
But are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
You ready?
All right, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So checking into on the podcast, episode 13 again. My name is Johnny Nieto from the Tule River Tribe.
I'm Yendi. I'm Cachiquel Maya from my mom's side, which is in Guatemala, and then I'm Mexican from my dad's side. And today's guest is Zipaktli. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes. What's up, everybody? What's up, tribe? My name is Zipaktli. Most people, it's easier for them to call me iLLAgator. That's my hip hop name. It's a name that a very, very dear brother of mine gave me when we recorded for the first time together. He's in Mictlan, so shout out to Postone. He's the illest. So he's the one that gave me that name. And yeah, like the bio said, I'm a mom. I'm an unschooler. I'm an advocate for natural conservation. And community intervention worker is my 9 to 5.
Cool. Oh, community.
That I'm working on transitioning out of so I can pursue other things.
Nice. Yeah, I seen that. I'm sorry, I just lost it. I wanted to talk into a little bit more of the wildlife conservation advocate and intervention worker. Those are pretty cool. Like I've never heard of that yet, and like I would like to just know a little bit more about that. But let's just go ahead and start it off. In your bio, you say that you're Nahua Maya.
Yes.
And you're a mom. You're an unschooler, rapper. I also wanted to ask you, what is unschooler? Does that mean that you're homeschooling your daughter?
Yeah, it's homeschooling, but it's
cool.
It's a different option that we have now where you can actually register as an independent school, like as a private school, and you can choose the curriculum that you're going to give your kids. So basically, you know, what I've been doing with my daughter, I started off homeschooling, well, with the group of unschoolers as well. We were doing a lot of activities as like planting seeds, making seed bombs, just learning, about animals, just sometimes just having game nights so that the kids could like interact with each other and stuff like that. So that's how it started. And then I believe in 2nd grade, it's when she finally went to a public school.
Mm-hmm.
And, it took her a couple months to catch up with the reading, but, she caught up right away. And then last year, we just had like a lot of issues with like our housing, So I pulled her, I had to pull her from school because we were moving around. And then I actually signed up for homeschooling service, which they give you all the books, all, you know, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of got to check in and follow the curriculum and everything. But it ended up kind of not working for us because even though it was a very gentle curriculum, like they said, like they were honestly like still, you know, it was still like the colonial narrative, you know.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to like Thanksgiving, you know, the arrival of the Spaniards, all those things, and you know, it just wasn't enjoyable to participate in those things. And you know, I felt like it was kind of taking twice as long to like break down what it was that they were trying to say with those things, and then teach the truth, you know, what we know from, you know, our tribes and our elders, and what we know from our culture. So I thought it would be a better option to just pull her from that completely and just take full responsibility again. And, you know, I registered again like a private school. And, you know, now my daughter's kind of, you know, we're running our own program, you know. She spends a lot of time with my mom. She's actually with her right now.
Okay.
She has her own business. My daughter's 11. My mom has her own business, and my daughter helps her with like payroll and like interact, you know, because they have animals and, you know, like fruit trees.
Oh, that's good.
Like, yeah, so they're teaching her, you know, about like all the animals and like the importance of like I don't want to say customer service, but human, you know, human relations, HR,
customer relations.
Yeah, all those things. So
that's cool. And with the animals too, like caring for them, and that, you know, that you could connect with them, that they're like, they have their souls too, their spirits, like their personalities too. That's cool. Yeah, that's good. Good for her. I've thought about homeschooling my daughter too, but I still keep going back and forth on it. And because I work from home too, it's like, do I send her to school? No, I don't want her to go to school. Like, well, will I have time? You know, it's just like a thing going back and forth that I'm going to have to choose soon, because she's going to be going to preschool soon. But thank you for your input on that.
Yeah. And to any, you know, parents watching or anybody that's interested, if they want more info, they could DM me, and I can send you guys the information as to like how to either the homeschool program that provides the curriculum, or how to register. Like,
okay. Somebody asked, what cities are these schools at? City, San Fernando, Mesoamerican. Do you mean the public schools, or where she got her curriculum, like her packages or the information on
so the public school, she was in LAUSD, in an LAUSD school. And then the homeschool curriculum is iLLAgator, and you can access that online.
Oh, okay.
And just go online, and then, you know, any one of the representatives emails you, and then you just kind of take it from there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And iLLAgator schools. It's called
iLLAgator. Okay. And when did you start rapping, or and what do you rap about normally? Like, what do you speak on?
Well, I remember the first few things that I started to write was when I was like probably like 15. And what I would do is I would just kind of like rhyme or rap over, like, you know, existing songs, you know. And mainly I would just rap about emotions, you know, like just things that I was going through, things that I was feeling, you know. That in retrospect, I see that, like, damn, I was dealing with a lot, you know. I was
going back on it, huh? Going back and listening.
Yeah, you know, and just thinking back of like growing up, and it was just very, very unstable, and just like, so for me, that was just kind of my outlet, you know, just writing rhymes, and just whether I wanted to feel good or whether I was kind of feeling down, I would kind of like explore that. And then little by little, it kept growing. And then I think the first time I recorded something, I was like 19. And what did we rap about? I
That's all right. What you were feeling, what you were going through at that moment.
They were like, you know, can you do a hook? You know, and I was like, sure, you know, and so ever since then, I've just been kind of working on my craft. I'm 36 now. I just turned 36 in January.
Oh wow, you look good.
And but I've been working on my craft for a while, and you know, the first project that I put out on 2018 is actually songs that are like that were like 8 years old at the time that I put them out in 2018.
Oh wow.
You know, that's why it's called Old Fire, you know. And for me, it was really important to kind of like start off my music journey talking about my identity, you know. I have a song that's called Stone Woman, and it talks about, you know, our Native women and how we're still here thanks to them, you know, thanks to the fact that they survived and their knowledge is written in stone, and we have their face and we have their blood, and like, you know, we're still here. So, you know, for me, it was important to have that as my foundation in music. And, you know, the second EP, Ionized Funk, that was a little bit more, I mean, it was still introspect. That was actually songs that I think I wrote mostly after like medicine journeys, you know. It's more like exploring kind of like a little bit more of like what's your calling, you know, like there's a song, ¿Qué es lo que buscas, you know. So it's like asking myself and, you know, asking whoever listens, like, what are you looking for? You know, like, what are you looking for in life? Are you making like any steps towards like a bigger goal, or are you just kind of going with the flow? And there's another song called Secret River, which is about, you know, finding a place either in nature or within yourself that's like a sanctuary, like somewhere where you can be yourself, you know, somewhere where you can heal and think. And the last song was about duality, which was a collaboration with you know, my brother Yao. And that one is about how things are temporary and eternal at the same time, you know. Like if I say how beautiful you look today, you know, it's like it's just that moment, but that something that you could remember, and it could like, you know, it made you feel good, and then it could like, you know, echo through that. And it's like again, just kind of asking those questions, like what are we doing to embrace the now and think about what's next, and like a long lasting like vision, you know. So,
yeah, I like that. That's cool. So I see that you've incorporated like through your song, you've been able to like spread the word or help, and like also bring back our ancestors, or share the word that's like, what are you looking for, you know, like speaking more lyrically there's like secret messages, like good, like things for you to think on, that we can carry on, take it on and really think about it. That's cool. I like that. So you said that's something that you're still working on, and where can people find your music at?
All platforms.
All platforms? All right, guys. All platforms. And what can they look you up under?
The easiest is probably iLLAgator. The iLLAgator. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Zipaktli the iLLAgator. But you should be able to find me if you type the iLLAgator. Okay,
iLLAgator. That's iLLAgator.
iLLAgator.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. iLLAgator. Cool. I was also looking at some of your posts, and I saw that you were making some tea, and so you're also doing like some natural teas, like to help within your body, or your mom and your daughter, right? Can you touch in a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, I feel some of us, you know, that had the blessing of having our grandparents, you know, like a lot of times they drop knowledge on us, and sometimes we don't realize it till like later. And for me, that's part of it. You know, my grandma would always tell me about like the herbs, and, you know, when we would take her on walks, you know, she would show me what was for what, and
Oh, cool.
that, and what herbs you can put in alcohol, and make it like for your muscles and things
Oh
like
yeah, like to rub it on after.
yeah,
Okay.
all kinds of different things. And then last year, with the pandemic and everything, I was supposed to go full time, and I couldn't, right, because it was right around the time I was supposed to make the transition. And I then again, with everything that was being said, and how important it became clear real quick that it was very important to like take care of ourselves, so
Oh.
just started making some teas and sharing with friends, and just kind of people liked it, so I was like, well, maybe I could make some extra, little extra
Mm-hmm.
using the herbs that I know, which is a little bit. I'm not super big, but the herbs that I do know how to use, like I know how to blend them, and give you like kind of like a desired effect, like if you want like a mellow one, if you want kind of like a little bit of a vibrant one, and
Cool.
the same thing with the herbal baths, so yeah, it's just a lot of the knowledge that my abuelita dropped on me that was there, and it's just through going through life, it just kind of came back. And I haven't made any yet in a while to sell,
Oh, okay.
but if anybody wants some, like you could hit me up.
And now, is the tea usually just like to drink, or what benefits do your teas do? Like, what do you specialize in?
Yeah, like I mean, I guess you can use the blends for, like, you could use it for like facial steaming and things like that. But say if you were to ask me for like a facial like a blend, I will probably
Uh-huh.
go heavy on certain herbs that I know are like stronger, like I'll probably go heavier on like the eucalyptus, or maybe like some oregano, to like detox, as
Oh.
opposed to like if you want something mellow, I probably would go very light on the oregano to provide like some extra, like, like immunity. And then I would probably put more like maybe like manzanilla, maybe some lavender, some rosemary, lemongrass, so it just kind of depends on like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
On
what folks
what
want.
the person? Oh, okay, got you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool,
Mm-hmm.
nice. Um, and also, you said you're a wildlife conservation advocate. What does that What does that mean, or what do you do with that?
Well, how I see it is, using the resources that we have and the time that we have and opportunities that we have to talk about wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
I just moved out of LA, so now I live, up here in the mountains. But um, when I did live in LA, I mean, even in the city, even in Boyle Heights, like I've seen bobcats, I've seen,
Mm.
coyotes. I mean, me and two of my, really dear brothers, we saw a puma in Malibu,
Oh,
So there's really like, there's wildlife
they're
everywhere.
out there.
Yeah, out there, and a lot of times, they get into trash. They, like the little birds, they eat garbage, they eat like cigarette butts, all kinds of things like that. So how I use my time and my platform to advocate for that is to, like, when I'm able to capture like a wildlife encounter, like how I've shared with the bobcats,
Mm-hmm.
I like to share them so that people can see that they're there and how beautiful they are, and that they're really close to us, even in the city. And one of the things that I did, which was actually like an activity for my daughter and I unschooling, was making bird feeders.
Oh, cool.
And
Yeah.
we made bird feeders with like old, like when you buy like a guacamole or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and we just used some sticks and some string, and we made like these little bowls so that the birdies can come and like
Oh.
sit on the little sticks. And we
Mm-hmm.
would buy seeds from the dollar store and fill it up, and then give them water as well.
Oh, cool.
And then another tip, I also try to support causes. In particular, one of the ones that I really love to talk about is the P22. I think, I don't know if it's a foundation, but P22 is the puma of Los Angeles. He was like the biggest puma. Like they photographed him by the Hollywood sign. And basically there's this foundation named after him that teaches people how to use different alternatives other than rat poison to like their pest problems and things like that.
Oh, because
So,
other animals can get into it?
yeah, and yeah, because there's if you put rat poison and then a rat eats it and then a hawk eats it, or
Oh.
a bobcat eats it, it's a chain of poison.
Reaction?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So, they teach folks about
Oh,
just
okay.
different options, different things you can do, different non-poisonous traps you can set, or non-toxic
Uh-huh.
foods that you could give them. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so that's mainly how I do. And then just I mean, I have an altar like out in the back where we have like a big like a hill. And I put water right there, like a bowl of water, so that the animals in transit can like stop by and drink.
So, that's cool. Yeah, so that just, you're learning, but also trying to educate others to be more conscious about what we're using, how we're doing it. There are animals out there that we may not think are around, but we just may not see them because, of course, they're not going to come out when everybody is out. They'll come out at night, or people might just get scared when they see them and they don't know how to react because they've never seen an animal, and they don't want to just it's so sad when I see on the news, like if there's a cow or something that escaped from somewhere and all they want to do is just shoot them. But no, they're scared. They're running away. They just escaped from a slaughterhouse and they're just like running scared. And they just need to try get it safely and then like take it somewhere. Same thing with like dogs. Like a lot of them are scared because of the situation they're in, and people what is it, like say that they're aggressive or that and that you can't correct it. But a lot of people may not know that. No, they're just scared, or they're not aggressive. They're just in a situation that they're not used to, and they're just like on fighting mode, I guess. Or so
me from the res is rounded up, messing around. Take it with us.
Yeah, okay. I mean, one of the things that I found pretty much every time that I see a wild animal, like like the bigger ones, like hey, Richie joined, so he can vouch for the fact that when we saw the puma in Malibu, they tell you to go like and like scream and make yourself. Every time I've seen a large animal like that, I've never seen that they're aggressive. They usually just like stop and they read you, and they bounce, or they're like
walking by cautious, maybe.
Yeah, like what's up?
Like what you gonna do, huh?
Yeah, like last time, well, about a week ago, I was walking out of my house. I was walking out the door, and all of a sudden, it was probably like 2 yards away from me. This bobcat jumped right in front of me because it was hunting a rabbit, and it missed. She missed, and I just stood there. I saw her and I just stood there because I wanted to like look at her, and I was just like, and she looked at me. She was like, should I run? Do I have to run? And I was like, I love you. Like, it was the only thing. I love you. And she just kind of looked at me like, all right. She just, she just got on her way and, started, she didn't even run away. That's what I'm saying. Like, she just kept walking and just, I guess, sniffing around or whatever, but she didn't run away. So that's what I'm saying. They're very intelligent, and they're just they're so in tune with energy, and I mean, every time I see one of those animals, I feel like they just look at me, even when you see a hawk, and they make eye contact with you, you're like, ooh, like, so I've always loved animals since I was little, and it's really unfortunate how they lose so much all the time, because of sometimes unnecessary things like, I've noticed living in Boyle Heights for so long, the city will cut down the trees every summer. And it's like, when we need them the most, like when the birds are nesting, when there's babies, like, so it's all those things that, like, I hope eventually be able to be in a position to advocate for that on like a more, direct action base. Yeah, but, I'll get there, little by little.
We can all do something small in between.
Yeah.
Be a little more I can never say that word. Conscious about the animals. Try help in small ways. If we can't do it that big.
Plus the pests.
No. That reminds me of a story so I grew up in LA and then I moved to the res with my husband, which is between Fresno and Bakersfield. And we live up on the mountains and yo de metiche, I'm like, oh, what's over there? The dogs are barking crazy. Like, I've never heard them bark before. I was like, oh, let me just see what's over there. And then I'm going over there in between the barbed wires, like going through, and then one of my dogs followed me. And then I'm like trying to look through the bushes. I'm like, what is that? Is that a cow or a horse? And then like,
she's on her own outside.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm by myself. He's not home. My father-in-law is sleeping. And so I'm just going out there like, oh, let me go be in the nature. And then like, once I get close enough to look, it's a bear. I was like, oh my God. And I just froze. I was like, because I don't know what to do in that situation.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, okay, wait, I don't know my survival skills. I don't know what to do. And then I was like,
black bears up there.
And then I was just like, okay, let me just back away. Let me just go. And then like, he or she didn't move, didn't do anything. I was like, I wasn't going to do anything. So then I was like, okay, let me just back up slowly. And then I just backed up slowly, grabbed my dog, and then we just went back home. And then that was it. They didn't react. I didn't do anything. And so then we just left it as that. I was so scared though. I told my father and I was like, oh my God, there's a bear out there. He goes, oh, okay, that's fine. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, they're fine. They always come down. Like, they're okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I was so freaked out. But he was like, yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, no, they carry big energy for sure. And, there's always a risk for sure that they might be feeling some type of way. But I don't know if you saw that video that came out last year at some point of the guy that ran into the puma. That had the baby, like, well, the puma started chasing him, right? So he had to scream and he had to run away. But the fact is that he saw the puma and he didn't like respect her space, you know what I'm saying? And there was a baby right there. So she had a baby right there. So they made eye contact and he kept walking. So the mama was like, hey. So she chased them for like 5 minutes or something. And he was just like screaming and like cussing at her and stuff. And he did get away, but that was his bad, because like, I feel like in those moments when we encounter them, if we, of course, encounter them far enough, that's like, okay, that's a wild animal. Let's, it's like, okay, acknowledge them, either I back away or, let them walk away or whatever, but always we have to like respect them, first because,
like you said, she was a mom. She was probably just protecting her baby and she was on like protection mode.
Unless it's a res dog. I got a couple rocks in your pocket.
Yeah. So feisty. Feisty.
But that's crazy. But we should all just be a little more conscious about it. Try to help out the animals, feed them in small ways that you can. Like you said, you did the bird feeder or pick up your litter. Don't trash. If you're going out in nature, just keep your trash with you because a lot of the time these animals will eat it and then their digestive system doesn't know how to break it down and they die of sickness. So everyone should just keep that in mind. Nature is beautiful, but let's try to keep it clean and
definitely.
Keep the area clean because you're just visiting that land for a little bit. And if you respect it, it'll give you that good medicine. And you'll go home with a clean conscience.
Yeah, you'll feel great. And if I may, real quick on that note, last year I was able to organize a cleanup with a group. Where's it? East Fork, East River Fork, I believe. But they do cleanups constantly. But that's something that folks can do as well. You know, you can organize a cleanup with your community. I'm sorry, my phone was my phone told me the battery's low. But you can, you know, organize something, and you know, we would either join a cleanup, or when we organize like our own, it was the best feeling because you see the difference, you know. And you know, I feel like it makes it even feel like a little bit more like home, you know, like, you know, something that stays with you. So the next time that you go out, you're more conscious of like picking up your stuff, or like picking up other people's stuff, even if it's not yours, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But that's cool that you've done that, and that you're advocating for wildlife. And if we can switch it up for a little bit, I want to learn more about, you say you're an intervention worker? What is that? What do you...
Because she needs a lot of intervention.
Yeah, right. You.
After
my phone's glitching. But intervention, what my job consists of is working with the community that is mainly like gang related, or that has some type of that's in the reentry process.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
yeah.
I have a friend that does that too.
Yeah, so you know, intervention mainly. Well, my position is working with young adults, and what I do right now specifically is I remove their tattoos. I'm the laser tech. Yeah, yeah, I'm the laser tech and the case manager. So I work with a lot of folks that are either, you know, coming out of incarceration, trying to re-entry into the community, or youth that is gang, you know, actively, you know, involved in gangs that may need a little bit more support, and also human trafficking victims that may have markings, so things of that nature. So the program that I work for, it focuses on that demographic, and basically, like, say even if you have like your ex-boyfriend's like, you know, tattoo, and like, yeah, and it was like a bad like relationship, you know, and you know, as long as folks are involved in school or doing some type of like community programming or therapy, anything that's like self-help, they get the sessions for free. So that's what I do right now. And what I started doing was working specifically with youth 14 to 24. And as a community intervention worker, I was more like going into the schools and responding to certain referrals. Like, for example, if there was kids that were like, you know, constantly getting in trouble, you know, like we had a relationship with the principal, and when certain kids, you know, fit the certain profile for the clients that we serve, or lived in a certain area and they needed support, whether it was with their parents or anything like that, they would call us. We would meet with the kids, meet with their parents, and offer different services that we knew were available in the community for them. And also we would try to offer some support for the parents as well with whatever it is that
they're going through, right? Or what's going on. Nice. Cool. Do you get to share, and we'll touch on this too, about like any culture, any traditions that you do, or something that you've learned? Like, are you able to teach some of that to the kids, or at least like open up their mind to it? Like, hey, yeah, more. Or if some of them are struggling with, I know some do struggle with identity, and they don't know. Like, I know culture is very important to a lot of people, and that gives them a self-identity, like, oh, this is who I am, this is where I'm from, that they may be struggling with. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. There's like a lot of I don't know, for lack of a better word, I think there's like a lot of red tape when it comes to like what some of the things that we can openly share with the kids, you know, because,
okay.
you know, they don't want to feel like, or, you know, we shouldn't be like imposing certain things or like, you know, which is not like that. But in my experience, what I've seen is that just by like how you carry yourself, you know, like by your name or by like the artwork that you have like in your office, you know, like I'll get like people being like, oh, so you're like into Aztec stuff? And like, I'll be like, yeah, well, it's our culture, you know? And then like from building with them, you know, then that kind of like, it's like, you know, the vibe attracts the tribe, you know, like sometimes, you know, you got to have like a strong spirit to be in this, you know, because sometimes you see youth and families that like could really use certain information, certain methods, you know, but they're not ready, you know, they're not there, you know. But then there's the kids that are like just ready, you know, that are ready to like shadow you and follow you and like trust you with like what they're going through, and they look up to you, like they really do look up to you. So through the years that I've been in service, I have been able to get close to, you know, a decent amount of clients based on the culture,
Okay, cool.
because they gravitate to it, and then little by little, you know, they start embracing different things, and you know, it just kind of grows from there.
Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, if you have a painting and they start asking questions about it, they're showing the interest in it. Like, okay, they're ready, or they're curious, you know. And then you give them just a little bit. Let's see how much. Yeah, and like you said, you don't want to push it on them. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's
or come off like too like, you know, preachy or like you know, like because they it totally turns them off, you know. It's like counter effective. So, you know, you gotta
I see
you know, you gotta ease into it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I'll have to talk to my friend that I told you that does the same thing. Like if he's come across that same thing that you just how you said it, because I'm curious about it too. Because I know he is into, like, he's trying to learn his culture too. He just did altar, and he was trying to teach his niece. So I'm gonna touch in on that with him too. That's pretty cool. And then I also saw that you had some shirts too, right?
Yeah,
and you did good. You sold out on those.
Yeah, I sold out, and again, you know, like I mentioned, it was like a lot of housing and like having to relocate and stuff like that. But I do want to bring them back this summer, you know, and not just, you know, the black and white shirts, but make like more products. So I'm definitely working on it. There's another design that I want to drop too that I'm still working on it. It's you know, a homage to the mushroom medicine.
Okay, cool.
So I'm still working on that, but for sure, Sacred Things is coming back this summer, for sure.
Nice. Okay, cool. And everyone can check her stuff out, so you can see what she had and that she's going to be coming out with. Follow her on her Instagram. We'll tag her on this post. We have all her information on there. If you have any questions, feel free to DM her. She said you can message her. Did you want to touch on anything else that I missed, or like?
I saw a question that came in. It just said, "What community?" So if they're asking what community I serve, is the East Los Angeles area. My office is located in Boyle Heights, and that's where we do the tattoo removal services for the community. And anybody that would be interested in receiving those services or would like to refer anybody can also DM me. So, I mean, the office is in Boyle Heights, but pretty much anybody that's willing to drive there and that's compliant with, you know, if they're in school or therapy, any of the criteria, as long as they're cool with that and they're down to drive to Boyle Heights, we can accommodate.
Oh, okay. So anybody can go. Like, I just thought it was somebody that was in your program and that meet the criteria.
Yeah, so it's open to the community.
Oh, okay.
To anybody that's doing either counseling, any type of therapy, any type of 12-step programming, community service. You can volunteer at church. You can volunteer at any like community based organization, even court ordered community service.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so anybody that's doing some type of service for the community or in some type of self-improvement program, they can come. And yeah, but the program, like I mentioned earlier, it does focus on prioritizing those that have the most, like I said, if they're human trafficking markings or like things that might put them in danger, you know, like in their neighborhoods or like stuff like that. So we focus on those things first. So it's for that demographic in particular, but it's open to everybody as long as they're working on something.
Cool. That's cool. You're giving back to the community and working there, and
right.
Yeah, that's tight. I bet you got to be strong to be working in that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you need a lot of patience, a lot of I think just maybe a lot of patience, you know, and have a lot of like interpersonal skills because I mean, especially working with the
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, especially working with the demographic that we serve, you know, you just, you know, you gotta be careful, you know, you gotta sometimes make sure that like, oh, I'm scheduling this little homie today. I gotta make sure that I don't schedule anybody that's like rival or like, you know. So I try to like, you know, those are things that
work it all out.
Yeah, so those are things that like at another like cosmetic like tattoo removal place, like those are things that they don't like think about, you know. So yeah, so
sure
here's
yeah,
so here is just like a lot of little details and just like patience. Sometimes, you know, a client might feel like too familiar with you, like, hey, so what's up, miss, you know, and like you know, and you gotta be like, you know, I can't let your ghetto out. You're you know, listen.
We gotta be professional today.
We gotta be professional. You gotta take a second to gather yourself and be like, sir, you know, let's not go there. You know, like follow me, you know, and just keep it professional. But
yeah.
So it's a trip for sure.
Yeah, I bet. So you said that you're Nahua and Maya. What have you been able to? How can I say this? Okay, let's do this. What is something that from your culture that you can share that's like different from other tribes or something unique? Let's say that. It can either be food or traditions.
Okay, well, in Jalisco, we make these type of tamales that I haven't really seen around here. They're tamales de ceniza. And they're made mainly with like beans and ashes, and they're wrapped in like palm tree leaf. And so they're kind of like in the shape of like a gordita kind of, you know, instead of like the long regular tamal shape. Yeah. And I love them, you know, and I think they also add like ashes to it, which I guess is like nutritional. So I couldn't hear what you asked me because my phone vibrated. But
what does it taste like?
It just tastes like frijoles. Like it just tastes like yeah, kind of
frijol en masa.
Kind of like un pan de frijoles, kind of, or like it tastes kind of like when you eat a bolillo with frijoles, but but it's all in one
and hot.
yeah, warm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You said tamal de cenizas.
Yeah.
So in English, it's like tamale ashes.
Ash tamales.
Ash tamales.
Yeah. Woo! Sorry.
That's okay. No worries.
I kicked my cable.
That's all right. That's cool. You know what I learned about Mayas is that they have these little dolls, and I can't remember it that well, but it just came back to my mind recently how these little dolls in Guatemala. They have these little dolls where they wear the traditional outfit, and they're meant to protect you, if I'm correct. Do you know about that? Or have you heard of that?
I actually have some.
Oh.
Not sure where exactly, but they're called I forgot what they're called, but they're called worry dolls.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's right.
yeah, so the concept is that, you know, it's like a little ancestor, just like, or a little spirit or whoever it is that you trust, you know, with that energy. And how I know them to be used is that you tell them like what's worrying you. And you tell them like, you know, I don't feel good about this, or, you know, you just tell them what's on your mind, and then you put them back in the bag, and then like I think you sleep with them like under your pillow, and they take away your worry because, you know, you gave it to them, and it's just like overnight it's supposed to like go back to the essence. So yeah, I have a little baggie, and yeah, they're like this tiny. So they're supposedly, you know, hold your secrets, your worries, and like your hopes también, you know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I remember my grandma used to have some, and I used to think they're like, oh, they're just little dolls to play with, not knowing up until now, like 30 years later, I found out what they really were about. I don't know if my grandma used it for the same reason, or she just had them, like, you know, as decoration. But that's cool. Like, now if I ever see them again, I'm gonna be like, oh, I know what that is. Like, I really know, and I'm probably gonna get one or two or gift them to somebody.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool to learn. That's cool. So we're almost like wrapping it up. Thank you so much for coming on. Did you have anything? Did you want to finish it out with something, share it with something, or a message?
Just want to say.
Or you can share anything else that you have going on, like if you had a website or your platforms that you have where your music is on.
Yeah, well, as far as the music, I'm on pretty much all platforms. You just gotta search the iLLAgator or Zipaktli. The iLLAgator is usually more refined because there's other bands named Zipaktli and like other different artists. It's not spelled the same, but you know, similar. And you know, right now I'm just waiting on the right opportunities to start working on a project. And the next thing that I'll be putting out there is actually like a call out for support, because I was given the opportunity to take care of like a big space of land that my family was renting to some people. And they left like a bunch of trash. They stopped watering the trees. Like they left like huge rolls of carpet, like just insane stuff everywhere, you know? So my focus right now is clearing the land, you know, clearing the area. And eventually I want to make the space a safe space for the community where folks can come and have small gatherings and small private events, because it's a big outdoor space, but still with you know, the health concerns that everybody has, and you know, also for privacy también. The space, I'm hoping, should be available for booking by summer. Yeah, so it's my vision is for it to be a place where we can have workshops, where we can have small events, even fashion shows. Like me and my roommate were talking about, like, let's have a fashion show, you know? And, you know, we're thinking big, you know? So, you know, first and foremost, I need to get all the trash out. I need to tend to the trees and make it safe, you know, for people to come and visit. And I think that's gonna be the next thing that I'm really gonna be focusing more than the music. It's gonna be the land.
So you say you're gonna be putting out, like, you're gonna call help, like you're gonna ask for the community to help you to come in?
I think I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe. Because
when you do that, let me know so I can share it.
Yes, please, because actually, like, the insurance came through and like they're not gonna cover shit. They already told me like they're not gonna cover like anything, you know, that it only covers like certain type of water damage, and they're just giving me like the runaround, you know, and they're not gonna, they might cover some of the trees that were dehydrated and pulled out, but that's probably about the only thing like the messed up doors, the trash that they left behind, like they're not gonna cover none of that. So yeah, so I'm gonna need a little bit of a hand.
Let me know, and I'll share the information.
Thank you, sister. Yeah,
no
thank you,
problem,
sister. Well, that's about it for me. I'm just really thankful, you know, to be able to share this space with you, and so dope that we did Lucky 13 because that's my Maya name, you know, Oshlahon. So it's like cool. It's like a good omen, you know. So just happy.
No. Good. I'm glad. I appreciate you coming on here with us too. You got back to me right away, and I was like, yes, we got it.
Yeah.
I was excited. Thank you for everything that you're doing for the community. Thank you for helping the animals out there. Stay safe. Have fun with your daughter. Take care of her.
Thank you. Yes.
I know what it is not to be a mom. I'm like, it hits different once you have your kids. And yeah, let me know if you ever have any questions and need help with anything. I'll try to help as much as I can.
Definitely. Likewise. Likewise, and thank you to all the tribe that tuned in. Yes. Brujita, Richie, Quetzalcoatl, Porcelain Savage, all of y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
No.
Okay, Zipaktli.
Hey, Will, what's up, Will?
Zipaktli, thank you again for joining us. Hope we can talk soon again.
Yes,
again,
definitely.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Right.
Likewise. I hope you have a good day.
Yep, nice meeting
Likewise.
you.
Hasta pronto, everybody.
Bye.
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 All right. Get your thing.
Here, hold on. Okay, so now that we had that great conversation, let me just show you guys real quick what's in the giveaway that I'm going to be posting after this. I'm going to have this laundry mesh bag, and then I have a couple of masks, or reusable masks that have a pocket inside, and it comes with a general medical filter. We got this one. This gold, shiny, feathered one. Silver, this turquoise. And they go like this. Okay, then I have a youth mask. Same thing with the pockets. And then these wristlets right here. All right. So I'll be posting that soon. We do have some available on our website, OITClothing.com. And you can use the discount code for 10%, the talking stick. The talking stick or talking stick? Okay. Talking stick to get 10% discount. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, just message us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.